Hi there, we are back again with the poem on his blindness. Yesterday, I told you about the background of the poem written by John Milton. I told you that the poet became blind at the age of 44 and he was unable to write anything, so he became angry with God. And this particular poem on his blindness, he has written in anger, or he wanted to show his anger to God. Now, today I'm going to read the text out to you and I'm going to explain the first paragraph to you. On His Blindness by John Milton. When I consider how my light is spent, ere half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent, to serve therewith my Maker, and present my true account, lest he returning chide. Doth God exact day labor light denied? I fondly ask, but patience to prevent. That murmur soon replies, God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mind yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed, and posted o'er land and sea without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. I'll repeat the poem once again for you and then I'll start my explanation. On His Blindness by John Milton. When I consider how my light is spent, ere half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent, to serve therewith my Maker, and present my true account, lest he returning chide. Doth God exact day labor light denied? I fondly ask, but patience to prevent. That murmur soon replies, God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mind yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed, and posted o'er land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and wait. So in the first paragraph, I'll read it again for you. When I consider how my light is spent, ere half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent. Right? Now, he says that half of my life is spent. It is spent in writing or in utilizing his talent in the best way possible. And then now he considers, means now he is sitting down and thinking about his life, and he realizes that he is already 44 years old. So he is saying that half my life I have already spent writing or using my talent to write down poems or drama or novels or whatever he was writing, and he has used it in the best way possible, because at the age of 44, when he became blind, he was at the peak of his career. He had already received a lot of fame. He was already rich, he was already famous. And coming to that level and then losing your eyesight, obviously anybody would be depressed, would be disheartened. And then he says that when I sit down and think of my life, already half my life is spent in utilizing that talent, and half of my life is left. And then he says, half of my days will be spent in darkness, because he is now not able to see. So he's saying that the life that is left for me, he does not know how many years he would be alive, but he says the rest of my life will be spent in darkness because I don't know what to do. And then he says that, and that one talent which was death to hide, means that one talent that he had within himself, that is to write, now it will be, and that talent would have stayed with him throughout his life. But now that talent will be there with him, is lying there uselessly with him, because he has now become blind and he is not able to write anymore. So in these 4 lines, he is complaining to God that half my life is spent in writing and getting that richness and fame that I've already got, and half of my life is still spent, it is still left, but I will be spending that life in darkness. I will be spending that life uselessly, because now I have nothing to do. I have become blind, and you had given me this talent to write, but unfortunately I will not be able to write anymore, and that talent will be lying with me uselessly now, right? So again in Hindi I'll explain to you कि पोएट जो है वो बोल रहे हैं कि आधी ज़िंदगी तो उनकी कट चुकी है, जिसमें उन्होंने अपनी नेम और फेम हासिल कर लिया है, और आधी ज़िंदगी बची है, लेकिन अब क्योंकि वो अंधे हो चुके हैं और अपना टैलेंट नहीं यूज़ कर सकते हैं, तो बाकी ज़िंदगी उनकी अब अंधेरे में बीतने वाली है, और वो अपना जो टैलेंट है, लिखने का जो हुनर है उनके पास, वो अब उस टैलेंट को यूज़ नहीं कर पाएंगे। तो वो इनडायरेक्टली भगवान से ये पूछ रहे हैं कि when the last day will come and you will ask me what did I do with my talent, then what do you expect me to answer? आप क्या सोचते हैं कि मैं क्या जवाब दूंगा इस बात का? Second paragraph, to serve therewith my maker and present my true account, lest he returning chide, doth God exact day labor light denied? I fondly ask, but patience to prevent. And then he's saying कि I have done my best to serve my maker. Maker मतलब God. कि मैंने अपना बेस्ट किया है अपने भगवान की सेवा में, अपने टैलेंट को यूज़ किया है, और उसकी सेवा में मैंने अपना ये टैलेंट दे दिया था, और मैं उस टैलेंट को अच्छे से यूज़ कर रहा था. बट नाउ एट द लास्ट डे ऑफ जजमेंट, when God will be taking the account of everybody, he will ask me also. And then he will, the line says, he returning chide. Chide matlab to get angry, gussa hona. So he's saying when my chance will come, then God will get angry at me, and he will say, what did you do with your talent? I gave you this beautiful talent to write, but what did you do with it? You just kept it with yourself. It was useless. You did not use it. And then he says कि अब मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ कि जब जजमेंट डे आएगा तब आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं मेरे से, तब मैं आपको क्या जवाब दूँ. And his last line says, but patience to prevent. Okay, I fondly ask, but patience to prevent. Means he asks God that what do you expect me to answer after taking away my eyesight at a young age of 44, when half of my life is still left, and I could have used this talent to write in a more better way. I could have written more better things. I could have done a good job with this talent of writing. But now that you have taken away my eyesight from me, what do you expect me to do? And then patience to prevent. Patience answers. In his subconscious mind, he gets the answer to this question. So again, I'll explain these two paragraphs for you so that you can understand it in a better way. Some words in the text are of Old English. Okay, so don't be worried. If you still have doubts, you can answer me. So coming to sum up the whole thing once again, in the first paragraph, he says that he considers, means he sits down and reminisces about his life. Reminisces मतलब अपने लाइफ के बारे में सोचता है कि मैंने अपनी ज़िंदगी में क्या किया, और उसको ये रियलाइजेशन होता है कि आधी ज़िंदगी उसकी बीत चुकी है. Half of his life is already spent, and in that half life he has used his talent in the best way possible, and in his mind he was thinking that he has used it in the best way to serve God. Okay, he has used his talent in the best way to serve God. And then he realizes that now he has become blind, so how he will be leading the rest of his life. And he realizes that the rest of his life will be spent in darkness because he is not able to see anymore. And then he is sad, he is depressed, and he again says that you will be, and when the day of judgment will come, in the second paragraph he says, on the day of judgment you are the one who is going to ask me, what about your talent, John? What did you do with it? I gave you the talent to write. What did you do with that talent? And then you will be getting angry on me. That I told you the meaning of child is getting angry. That you will be getting angry on me and you will be asking me this question. So what do you expect me to answer? And then patience. He realizes that his patience replies him in his subconscious mind. His patience tells him that how he has to use his talent. So in real life he understood that he was just blind, but he could speak, he could hear, and he could think. So he called his daughters and he used to dictate his poems, and his daughters used to write for him. And in the poem, in the next module, I'll explain the other two paragraphs to you, so that you can understand it completely in a better way. So again, when you read the text of the poem, which is available to you along with this lecture, kindly go through the text. There are some words which are of Old English. Maybe you might not understand them, so kindly write it in the comment section and ask me the meanings of those words if it is difficult. Otherwise, if you go through this lecture on a repeat mode, I'm sure you'll be able to understand, especially if you have heard the first part of this lecture. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand this half module of this poem on his blindness. If still you have some doubts, kindly ask your doubts or try to clarify them by writing your comments in the comment section. I'll try my best to clarify it for you. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.